Bismillah walhamdulillah wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. In this lesson, we will learn about a special scenario which can arise at times. It's called the problem of deficiency, or in Arabic we call it masla al, ain waw lam. Let's begin. In this case, Ibrahim died on December 1st, 2018, leaving behind a property of $200,000. At the time of his death, the following relatives were alive: wife, mother, father, three daughters, and two real brothers. So let's calculate their distribution. We start with our template and we plug in all the relatives, the heirs, the date of death, distributable wealth, and the name of the person who died. Ibrahim has one wife, so she will get 1/8 as the children are alive. The mother will get 1/6 as their children, which is the three daughters. The father also gets 1/6. And we will find the share of daughters. Since there are three in number, they will get 2/3 from table 1. The denominator of 8, 6, 6, and 3 will give us an LCM of 24. So that's our total. 1/8 will turn into 3/24. 1/6 will turn into 4/24. 1/6 will turn into 4/24. And then 2/3 will turn into 16/24. Now we see a problem that has arisen over here, that our total shares are 24, but if we add the 3, 4, 4, and 16, our total is actually more than 24. Our total is 27. So this is the scenario that can arise in masla all, problem of deficiency, that we have more fixed shares that we need to assign than the total number of shares available. What do we do now? So the way we solve this problem is that we increase the denominator, or the total, to the sum of whatever are the assigned shares, and make this 27. So we will use 27 instead of 24 from now on. This way we have increased the number of pieces of the property, or if we are distributing a pizza, instead of 24 pieces, we now have 27 pieces, and everyone can get their assigned share. And while we do that, we will notice that everyone will get a slight reduction from the original share that they were about to get. Since we have three daughters and the 16 has to be divided into three parts, we multiply this whole column and use 3 as the multiplier. Our answers are 9, 12, 12, 48 out of the 81 shares. Each person will now get 9, 12, 12. Since there are three daughters, the 48 will be divided into three parts, which is 16 each, and the total will remain 81. For the shares, we get 9/81 into 200,000. So wife will get 22,222.222. The mother will get 29,629.629. The father will get the same, and each daughter will get 39,506 and 17 cents. And this is how we have distributed the $200,000. Let's take another example of masla all. In this case, Maryam died in March 23rd, 2015, leaving behind $75,000. She made a will to give $40,000 in charity. At the time of her death, following relatives were alive: a husband, two real sisters, mother's brother, and mother's father. Let's calculate the shares of her relatives after setting aside the permissible amount of will. As we know, the only permissible will is up to 1/3 of the property. In her case, the 1/3 would be $25,000. So instead of $40,000 that she had actually willed, we only take out $25,000, and the distributable wealth now is $50,000. We start with our template and we put in the date of death, the distributable wealth, and the relatives left behind. Her husband will get 1/2 because there are no children. Her two real sisters get 2/3. Mother's brother is not in table 1 or in table 2 for that sake, and mother's father is not in table 1 or table 2. These are among the third category of relatives, which is dhawil arham. So we have total of 6 shares. The 1/2 will turn into 3 out of 6, and 2/3 will turn into 4 out of 6. Again, we see the same problem, that the total is 6, but we have distributed 3 plus 4, which is 7. So how do we tackle this again? We just increase the denominator or the total into 7, and this way both the husband and the sisters will get their share, but it will be slightly reduced because the total number of shares have increased from 6 to 7. And then we continue solving the question, and each of the sisters will get 2 out of 7 because there are two sisters. The final shares here will be 21,428.571 for the husband, and each of the sisters will get 14,285.714 from the total of $50,000. As we can see over here, that both the relatives, the husband and the sisters, got their share, but it was slightly reduced. The husband was originally supposed to get one half, which would have been $25,000. But with this masla all, because they also had to give shares to the sisters, his share was reduced to 21,428. The sisters were supposed to get 66.66% because they were getting two-thirds. So instead of getting the total of 33,333.33, they now get 28,400 something combined. And just to give you an interesting story from the history, that this scenario is the exact same scenario that arose at the time of Umar radiallahu anhu, the second caliph of Islam. He had to solve this scenario where the husband and the real sisters were demanding their shares. And he mentioned to them that if I give the husband one half, I won't be able to give the two-thirds to the sisters. And if I give two-thirds to the sisters, then I won't be able to give half to the husband. So he called a council, and other Sahabas also contributed. Zayd bin Thabit radiallahu anhu suggested that we increase the denominator, the total number of shares, and this way everyone will get a slight reduction in their shares, but everyone will still get their shares. To summarize, masla all is the problem of deficiency. It arises when the fixed shares assigned in table 1, which is the Zibul Furuz category, exceed the total available shares. In such cases, the denominator, which is the total shares, is increased and everyone gets a slight reduction in share. The reduction in the share is proportional to the original share that they were assigned. So if someone was getting a lot in the beginning, their reduction will be more as well. سبحانك اللهم بحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك.